I cannot run my business anymore. I had so many leads, I reached out to so many people, and everybody said, no, I'm a failure. People can run successful businesses, and I cannot. Can you relate to this? If you answered yes to even one question, this video is for you. Hello everyone, welcome in. I'm a business coach. My name is Jaslene Kaur, and in this video, I'm going to give you three mindset shifts that is going to blow your mind. Okay. Number one, when you decide I cannot do this, I cannot d- go any longer, that is a choice that you're making. Okay. You are not a human being running this business. Okay, first of all, you need to understand that you are consciousness and energy, and conscious and energy comes from source. Okay, when you truly understand this principle, you know that when you decide you can do this, and right now you are feeling burnt out and you are going to take a break, you're going to take some break to rewind, relax, nurture yourself, have fun, and then restart your business. A lot of people think like, no, if I don't work, I'm not going to be responsible. Who's going to pay the bills? But honey, with that energy, you're not getting sales anyways. With that energy, you're not getting sales anyways. Why don't you take a break and see how that turns out? So many times as a high achieving woman, and I've been guilty of this as well, we feel like hard work is going to make our business successful. We feel like we need to send these many, we need to have 100 cold messages, 100 phone calls, and run ads, take sales calls, and everything along that side. And this is great. This is actually great when you're going through this. You feel like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm hustling day and night. Like my vision is to be a millionaire in the future, so I have to work really, really, really hard. Let me see, what do I really need to do? I hear you, okay? I was you. However, that attitude was coming from fear. Okay, that attitude was coming from a place of I don't feel safe in my business. And so many women do not realize this because they're so much in survival mode. When that fear response turns on in their business, they cannot cook for themselves, they cannot take care of themselves. They just feel like some lion is chasing them in their business, and they have to sort of outrun the person who's attacking. So in this moment, can you ask yourself, what are you scared of? Okay. I'm scared of not paying my bills. Okay. What happens when you don't pay your bills? Okay. I'm going to be a failure. My parents are going to shame me. My friends are going to laugh at me. I'm just going to be an embarrassment. So you're actually scared of that situation. So you have created so much urgency in your nervous system that working, you're showing up with a dysregulated nervous system. Now, the thing with the fear is that when we are operating our business with fear, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. That's how we are programmed, right? Like the human brain is so intelligent that if there's a story in your mind which leads to worst case scenario, which leads to how other people view you, which leads to financial loss, your basic survival needs are threatened, right? Like roof, water, shelter, like these are foundational needs. And when these are threatened, it makes sense that why you would feel unsafe. However, you also have to understand that that is survival mode, and you have the power to turn that survival mode into creative mode. Okay, now you're going to argue with me, Jaslene, you don't understand, I have this problem. Okay, you don't understand, this person was really mean to me. You don't understand, I got hate comments. You don't understand, my family shamed me for opening a business. You don't understand, my mom called me a failure. What have you built? I understand. I understand. I acknowledge and validate whatever challenges you're going through, whether it's in your family, your friends, your relationship is not working out, and then your business is not working out, everything is falling apart. I hear you. But I also know rock bottoms create rock stars. Let me repeat that. Rock bottoms create rock stars. You know, one week you do the work and you feel amazing, and then all of a sudden you have this fear that, holy shit, I might not succeed. And then what do? You start imagining the worst case scenarios. And then the next thing you know is like you're waking up with anxiety in your stomach. You're so much in fear that you have no motivation to produce content, to access your creativity, to sort of write. You fear writing, you feel like you won't be able to do it, right? So, all of these things are normal when you're starting a business. And so many times, before I started my therapy business, I wanted to be a coach, but I did not know what kind of a coach. So I started, I made my website and I was like, okay, now clients are going to find me. I had no idea what marketing was. Okay. I literally had no idea that the first time I told somebody I was a coach, my face turned red like a tomato. I was so embarrassed. I was like, holy shit. Okay, I had one client and then I shut off that business. Before that, I had a body transformation and I had two people reach out to me that, hey, can you coach me? I want to lose weight also. And two sales and I closed the business, right? So when I became a therapist, I was like, you know what? No matter what happens, I am not going to quit. Okay. If I need to learn marketing, I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to learn that. And I thought that, okay, buying all of these courses, having the education, I was learning marketing and then I was applying and I was like, shit, still I cannot make a sale. And remember I was doing Uber at that time to support myself. And I would have women puke in my car. I would have men harass me in my Uber. I would have like tire situations. I would get into car accidents. And I was just like, literally feel like life is just sort of hitting me in all directions. Nobody understands what I'm going through. And I felt so lost. I literally asked God, like, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing everything that my coaches, my mentors, YouTube is telling me to do, and still it's not working out. The reason it was not working out was because I did not feel safe. I was so desperate for the business to work out. I hated I hated being an Uber driver so much that I was like, I'm so desperate for a sale because I hate Uber driving. And that kind of, when you are desperate for a sale, that is not healthy. Okay, I understand you want to make money from your business, but don't operate your business just because you can get money. Sometimes, when, especially for me, if even God gave me the clients I wanted at that time, chances are I wouldn't be able to support them because I was so much in survival mode. I couldn't even help other people. I was so much in fear, right? So that's the time when you need to understand that, okay, you know what? I am in a position, I'm in a position where I'm in survival mode. This is not the time to be desperate. This is the time to first heal my nervous system. Okay. So I wanted to understand, as a therapist, I was well equipped to understand that, like, I really have to conquer this fear. I really have to destroy this fear because either I'll fail or I'll succeed. Either way, I don't want fear. Okay, I'll happily. fail, I'll happily succeed, but I just cannot be desperate. Okay, I just cannot give up on myself. So what I did was I focused on one day at a time. Now, every day, we wake up with some thoughts. And because I have failed in so many businesses before my therapy business, I was like, oh, I'm gonna fail again. My body remembered it. So fear was coming up, and I was sort of dreading it. I was my mind, like logically, I was ready for success, but my body was not ready for success. I did not believe, I didn't have any faith in myself, in my business, in everything. So what I realized was that, okay, well, this is my personality. Okay, I'm thinking I'm a failure. I'm thinking I cannot market or sell myself properly. I am not, like all my insecurities are coming up. I'm not confident. And the emotion I felt was fear, doubt, lack, anxiety, stress, and the action, whatever I was doing, like meditation, posting, going to work, all that action had was not getting any results from that action because the foundation was broken. What do I mean by the foundation? Now, every day when you wake up, okay, you have unlimited potentials every day. Okay, one day, one lifetime. So you need to understand that, okay, well, like this day sort of, this day, this day sort of, like it's a new day. Every day there are unlimited potentials, and I am not going to live another day like I lived yesterday. So how can I still be happy? How can I let go of my attachment? How can I be happy first? And a happy attitude in your life goes a long way, a long way. A friend called me and she shared that. So she works in HR. She shared that this man is fearless. Whenever there is a layoff, he was on the list last year, and he was like, you know, they had a talk with him, and he was like, okay, if God thinks that I'm not useful to this company, that's okay. And if God thinks I'm useful in this company, then I'll stay here. That's okay. And then the meeting was there that the company was gonna put him on severance, and he was about to let go. And he was like, okay, if God is bringing this opportunity, all is well. What happened was funding came, and he did not get laid off. 30 other people got laid off, but he did not. And next year, same thing happened. So everyone started asking him, how are you so positive? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, my faith in God is so much that I don't know how to be negative. How can I be negative when I have God? And when I heard this story, I was so inspired because I was meditating, I was manifesting, and I was like being angry at God that God, you're still not giving me. But the thing was, I was also complaining to my business coach that I'm doing all of these things, nothing is working. I feel so alone. I feel so inadequate. I just have God. And I remember my coach asking me, "You just have God? Like you consider yourself so inadequate that you are projecting your inadequacy to God? You have no faith." She told me, "Stop doing meditations. Stop stop doing all of these things because you don't actually believe in God." And I was like, that's true. right? When I understood that the game was not to make money, the game was to break my ego, to break my attachment, to trust in God, and to be fearless, and to know that when the timing is right, the clients will come in, my needs will be met, and what do you call, everything will work out. I was attaching that, okay, I can only pay my bills through my clients. Okay, God was ready to send me opportunities. Listen, if it's about money, there's unlimited potentials. God can send you money. Don't attach yourself only through sales. Be open, surrender. When the timing is right, when you want nothing, everything will come. Listen to me. When you want nothing, but peace. When you want nothing but happiness, everything will come your way. But you have to have the character trait of faith. You have to have the character trait of patience. You have to have persistence. And all these character traits are really important in character building of a successful person, right? So you want millions of dollars, you want to be a successful woman, then take this take this difficult time as a learning opportunity. Take this, there is no such thing as failure. It is just a learning opportunity. What can you learn from not making sales? Okay, I can learn the attachment. I can learn how to be happy with nothing. I can learn how to have a positive attitude. I can learn how to have a happy attitude. Now, all of these things require change, right? So the next morning you wake up, okay, set an intention for your day. Set an intention that today I will have a happy day. Today I will um I will know what I'm meant to know. Today I will understand abundance in an entirely new way. Today all my needs will be met in divine timing and in a divine way. I'm gonna get out of the way. Somebody wise told, like I don't know where I read it, but they were like, how there's a yield sign and we stop, right? And we let traffic go. So similarly, stop and let God help you. Get out of the way. Yield to God. Okay. Now, every day there's unlimited potentials that you can choose from quantum field through your thought. Okay. Do not select the thought of, I feel so alone, I'm inadequate, I'm not worthy, nobody wants to buy from me, I'm a failure, everybody's saying no to me, I want to be a full-time business owner so bad, but I cannot. I hate my job. Do not select these potentials. See, your thoughts are very important. New day, new lifetime. Change how you are thinking, okay, before anything happens. So, how can you get out of survival mode? Can you rest more? Can you drink more water? Like, how do you have fun? Okay, because I was so drowned in responsibility that I stopped watching Netflix. I stopped going out with my friends. I stopped hanging out with my family. I felt so much shame. Do not do that. Okay, no matter where you are in your life, that doesn't define your worth. That doesn't mean you have to punish yourself. Now you're just going to scroll on social media and hide in your apartment. Do not do that, okay? Go watch a movie. Go take a break. Get out of survival mode. Okay? How would you get out of stress? For me, I've seen that I've taken a lot of pressure on. I used to take a lot of pressure that, oh, like if I did my meditation, I'm good. But then I was like, if I'm not being mindful throughout the day, what is the use of meditation, right? So I stopped meditating and I started being in the present moment. And that took so much pressure off my shoulders. And I thought, if I can do my meditation with my eyes open, that's even great because I started asking myself, how can I live my life fully? You see? And I focused one day at a time. Okay. So with AI, you know how to get out of nervous system. I trust you. You already have the knowledge. I know that. Okay. But ask your body how it wants to live life fully. Okay. Ask that. And second, ask your body how would it like to feel less stressed. Okay. And whatever comes up, write it down on a piece of paper. It's unique to you. You see, I cannot tell you what to do because your circumstances may be very difficult and very sort of impossible. But I felt that way also, that I'm gonna drown, there's no way out. But then I asked myself, have I had problems in the past? Yes. Did I found a solution? Yes. I was always provided for, you see. And with that, you have to start creating a new story that God has always provided for you. God is always there for you. And if this is the time to sort of gain more knowledge spiritually, go do that, right? But you are an ambitious woman, you are hardworking. Allow yourself to rest. Okay, that is also, if you do not yield to God, if you do not rest, you don't show the universe that you trust the universe, because it is going to be an unknown. The way the solution finds you, the way the clients find you, okay? And I'm not telling you to watch Netflix all day and not show up for your business. No. But if you're working 7 days on your business and you're tired, maybe start working 4 days and consider this as a journey. Okay. If there's a cash flow problem, okay, well, can you find a job, part-time job, so that there's more ease? You're not creating so much pressure in your life. Okay. You'll be successful either today or tomorrow. It doesn't matter. It's just the journey you have to fall in love with. Okay. So burn your ego, surrender, and face your emotions. Whatever you're piling up, let it out. Okay. You can do anything you put your mind to. I love you. You're worthy. You're successful. You are valuable. You are perfect just the way you are. Keep going. Let me know your biggest takeaway in the comment section, and I will see you in the next one.